Ryan?
Yes.
I am a proponent of science. So it goes without saying that I believe that the theory of evolution is fact.
This is why God's not going to spare you.
As such, I think Mother Nature needs to be called out on her shit, Ryan.
Okay.
She thinks she's so high and mighty with her lush greenery, immense oceans, and sunsets so majestic they would make a grown man openly weep.
Look at this bitch's wheat field.
But what about the darker side of nature,
Go
Ryan?
on.
And no, I'm not talking about Pepe Le Pew sexually assaulting Penelope Pussycat again and again. Sorry, guys, that's a joke for your parents.
That is so true, what you're saying.
We're going to discuss 3 separate categories of animals and why we need to start looking at Mother Nature as the sadistic killing machine she really is.
Well, last week I did a little thing on the animals that we've decided through our own mercy not to eat. And what we found out on this episode is that we could be eating a lot more animals if we were interested, Tyler.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dog. They used to eat dog back in the early years of America. And it was apparently delicious.
I actually heard the meat was a little rough.
Damn it.
Yeah. It's a joke.
First category, Ryan. Self-harm defense mechanisms. What the nature?
Is that kind of like what you and I were talking about on the break, where if you keep an animal caged and if it starts exhibiting like strange behavior, it could actually hurt itself?
No.
All right.
I wish that's what we were talking about because that is better than what I'm about to describe to you.
Okay, I'll listen to what you have and maybe I'll commandeer the thing and take it where I want to.
I wouldn't have it any other way, Ryan.
You can't.
This info is straight from an article on mentalfloss.com, which we here at Those Guys You
Love
Hate
you.
are big fans of. Ryan, have you ever heard of the Texas horned lizard?
I believe so.
Have you?
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. It's like a plated gecko. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, it's similar. It's a spiky lizard.
Right. Have you ever been plated? That's pooping on. When somebody poops on you, it's called plating.
I didn't know that.
Yep, now you do.
Could have gone my entire life without ever knowing that.
And
I'm better off for it.
I'm like fine china, if you know what I'm talking about.
I don't. Okay, let's get back on track.
I was just filling time while you were playing with your doohickey.
Ryan, these lizards, I find lizards to be kind of cute, as a matter of fact. These lizards are pretty adorable. That is, until he needs to defend himself.
Wait a minute. You find lizards to be cute, but you hate the way the turtles look? They're
turtles.
the same thing,
How
dude.
dare you?
They're the same thing.
No, they're not.
It's a prepared lizard.
That bitch is walking around with a shell, like all high and mighty with your armor. Oh, big deal. Turtles are dumb. Anyway, this guy has to defend himself. What does he do, Ryan? Does he lash out with its claws? Does he have some poison on the tip of its tongue that kills its aggressor?
My guess is he puffs up. Does he puff up?
Puff up. No.
Puff up.
No. He actually goes the other way, Ryan.
Really?
Yes, because this lizard, when he feels threatened, fires blood out of its eye sockets.
Tyler, get that away from me.
How crazy is that? I mean, it's nuts.
That is the worst thing that I have seen in a fortnight, Tyler.
It shoots blood out of its eye socket.
Can you take that off?
Said stream of blood can travel as far as 5 feet or 1.5 meters. The blood is mixed with a foul-tasting chemical that wards off predators.
Holy friggin' Lord.
And it can shoot up a third of all of its blood.
Wow. That reminds me of this woman that I've seen on the internet.
Do you want to hear the runner-ups for this, Ryan?
Please. That was disturbing, and I'm not doing a thing.
The hairy frog, a.k.a. the Wolverine frog, a.k.a. the horror frog,
a.k.a. handsome butterface,
and the Spanish-ribbed newt. Both of these amphibians break their own bones to use as weapons.
You have my attention.
The hairy frog, the reason why they call it the Wolverine frog, the bones will slide out of its skin and it will attack with the protruding bones.
And so how does it break its bones?
It just snaps. And the Spanish rib newt will break its own rib cage and attack you with spines out of its sides.
That is, and what was the name of that Asian woman that Wolverine fought in the bad one?
Oh,
doesn't she exude spikes?
No, that's just on her fingertips.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ryan, before we move on to number 2, I'd like to ask you, Do you know why evolution didn't give us X-ray vision or telepathy or the ability to shoot lasers out of our eyes?
Because look at what we do with the senses that we already have.
That's
We're
actually
using it all for evil, Tyler.
Great point. But do you know why we didn't get that from evolution?
I think I just told you.
Because we didn't need to.
Okay.
That's not the way evolution works. Evolution just needs to be better than the other trait.
It's almost kind of like we were just talking about with solitary confinement. You get put in that thing and your brain starts adapting to what you need in this particular circumstance right this moment.
You only get what you need to survive, nothing more.
Right.
Which leads us to our next category, Ryan. Superpowers. Mother Nature, I know you can hear me. What the hell are you doing giving animals superpowers?
And all the people with Asperger's. Did you just shoot snot onto the microphone?
Just onto my face.
All right, good. Just making sure.
The terrifying winner of this category goes to the pistol shrimp.
That's funny how that whole thing transpired.
Thank you for pointing it out, Ryan. This shrimp, while small, is deadly. Admittedly, to other shrimp. No bigger than your finger, this shrimp's claw locks into place when primed. Think of a lobster claw. That little thumb area clicks into place.
Okay.
And then when its prey gets into range, it closes that claw so fast that it not only shoots out a jet of superheated water.
Superheated. That's incredible.
The temperature around the claw climbs to almost the same temperature as the surface of the sun.
Stop it. That's not true.
That is true.
That's not true.
True. It snaps
that claw is going back in time, Tyler.
So quickly it superheats the water. Actually, as a matter of fact, what happens is that it creates a bubble, and then that bubble collapses on itself, and that knocks out its prey.
And it shoots it like a subsonic dart, right?
Like a bullet.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Pistol shrimp.
I've heard of that before. Before we move on, and I don't want to eschew you on your segment. This can't be real, can it?
No, that looks like a drawing.
Is that what I found is a picture of a frog that has a hair not unlike John Lennon a la 1962.
Oh, I was going to go like a woolly mammoth.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Chewbacca. Yeah, exactly.
We're going to get to the bottom of this son of a bitch. I'll tell you that right now.
What the hell are you playing at, Evolution? Why are you giving a shrimp that kind of ability?
I thought I read somewhere that can like shatter glass. It's such a high force.
Once the shrimp learn to combine their powers like a Caridian Captain Planet,
yeah,
they're going to have the equivalent of Mega Man's Mega Buster, and we will be helpless as we are all systematically deshelled, squirted with lemon, and served with what I can only assume are an exquisite and varying range of delicious dipping sauces. To the shrimp that gets to eat this, please dip me in butter.
That does sound like an unenjoyable experience for you, but I'm sure that you probably wouldn't be upset about being deveined.
But I digress. Would you like to hear two runner-ups for the superpower category, Ryan?
Please.
Turritopsis nutricula, aka the immortal jellyfish.
Sure.
Have you heard of this one before?
Yeah, it never dies, right?
The only thing in the known universe that is believed to be able to live forever. This jellyfish mates and then goes through a process in which it reverts to infancy.
Wow.
So unless killed by exterior forces, it will live
go on
forever.
Perpetually. You know that like a banana has like I believe one more chromosome than we do.
Correct.
How about that?
Correct.
You shrimp and banana.
We will discuss the most deadly animal of all. Do you know what that is, Ryan?
Banana.
That's right, Ryan. Humans.
No. Oh, I was going to say mosquito. Yeah. That was going to be my real guess.
I could talk about that hippy-dippy liberal global warming, which is cooking our planet's atmosphere from the inside out. I could talk about overpopulation and using up our planet's resources at an unsustainable rate. I could talk about the billions of tons of plastic in our oceans. But I'm going to stick with the theme and just mention that we are currently going through a mass extinction event called the Holocene extinction. We are annihilating animal species,
wildlife,
at an unprecedented rate.
I believe it's precedented.
Thank you. The last time we saw something like this, or not saw, the last time something like this happened was, I would assume, when the meteor hit the Earth.
When Noah built that ark, Tyler.
Not real.
That's probably the last time that something like this happened, but a little bit wetter, Tyler.
And that is Damn Nature, You Scary.